I was asked to reflect on how do I decide what in me needs mortification. I think sometimes it's easy. If you put on your clothes and they don't fit, then it's probably time to maybe exercise more, commit yourself to eating healthier. So sometimes I think it can be easy to know what you need to work on. But I think sometimes it's actually quite hard and it's more complicated than that. Recently, somebody did something to me at work that I did not like, and my very human reaction was to get angry and tell my friends. And then later on, a friend of mine gave me some good advice, and she said, if somebody makes you angry, try to find one tiny thing about that person that would make you feel more sympathetic towards them. And so I thought, okay, let me try. And so thinking on it, that person who did the thing I didn't like is much older, past the age of retirement, and in fact, a colleague of ours had already asked, why don't you retire? And the answer was, well, I don't know what I would do out there if I weren't in here doing this. And so I thought, isn't that sad that somebody's identity is wrapped up so much in their work that they're not willing to take the next step, the next chapter in their lives and discover a different adventure, discover other interests and other activities for them. And although it did not erase the whole event that I did not like, somehow I felt that it lessened the sting of it. And so a couple of days later, I reflected on it and I realized maybe I'm being called to be a more forgiving person, to learn how to forgive more readily. And so in a roundabout, very indirect way, that's what I thought recently, that's what I need to work on. And I think that sometimes things are not as simple. We have to really reflect because we have to piece together an event, some advice, or maybe something we read in a book or picked up in a homily when we heard Mass before we can understand what the message is. And I think that it needs a lot of openness, a lot of reflection and prayer on our parts. And I think that if we don't do that part of it, we can totally miss the message and we can totally miss having an opportunity to find out what we need to work on, what we need to grow in. And so I think that way that one can find out what needs mortification in their lives is really to be open to events and then wisdom from all sources, even the most unexpected ones, and to be open, to pause, to be quiet, to reflect, to pray on all of these. And I really think the message will come.